The Chiefs have re-signed Charles Omenihu to a one-year deal, and we're going to talk about it. Welcome back to All Chiefed Up. We're back with another podcast.
For that ass.
Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button because you love the Chiefs and you're not a slap nut.
You're listening to All Chiefed Up.
Steve, at 10:36 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Adam Schefter dropped a bomb that Charles Omenihu, defensive end, is returning to the Chiefs on a one-year deal worth a maximum of $7 million. We didn't know if he was going to come back or not. He thought he was going to make a lot of money, and it looks like it didn't really pan out in free agency, but this isn't chump change either. What do you think about the signing?
I think it's a pretty smart, strategic move by Brett Veach. Mike, we were talking earlier today on a members-only live stream. If you're not a member, go to join.allchiefdup.com. We talked about Charles Omenihu wanting to test the waters because he thought he was worth a lot of money. He didn't think the Chiefs were playing fair with him on an extension early before free agency took place. They let him go test the waters, man, and it did not go his way. It looks like he came crawling back and signed a reasonable deal with the Chiefs. That way he can try to prove himself once again next year and maybe land that big fat contract that he wants. But I like the signing, Mike. I think it adds depth to the defense. We know that we needed it on defensive line. We just got Jerry Tillery. We also re-signed Tui Pelotu and now Charles Omenihu as well. It looks like Brett Veach is getting this roster ready to go into the draft and not have to focus on one position in particular.
Yeah, I think that's what he wanted to do. I don't think he wanted to go into a draft with any glaring needs. And over the past few days, everyone's been saying that it's pretty obvious the Chiefs have to go defensive line. They lost Derek Nottie. They didn't have Omenihu back. It just wasn't going the way we thought. We didn't get Turk back. And we were like, look, we got to go get some defensive linemen. But slowly but surely, Brett Veach is bringing in a few here and there. He signed Jerry Tillery. He's now brought back Charles Omenihu on a one-year deal. He didn't really perform up to par. He only had 4 solo tackles, which was 149th in the entire NFL. He only managed 1 sack. He only managed 10 hurries, 1 QB hit, and 12 total pressures. So it wasn't like he was lighting the world on fire when he got back, but I think you had to give him a little bit of grace to get back up to playing speed. He didn't return to week 13 versus the Raiders, and then we've seen him play every game up until the Super Bowl. But in the Super Bowl, he didn't look good either, man. That was his big game. He had enough time to get everything under his belt, get back in playing shape, and he only recorded a 42 defensive grade per PFF, a 54 grade in run defense, 43 in tackling, a 47 in pass rush, and a 60 in pass coverage. When Charles Omenihu is scoring higher in pass coverage than he is pass rush, there's a little bit of a problem there, and I think that's why he didn't really get the money he wanted on the open market.
Absolutely. If you go back to the first season he was with the Chiefs, Mike, he only played in 11 games because of that suspension that he had to serve. But he racked up 7 sacks, and he showed that he can disrupt offenses. He also showed up big for the Chiefs in the playoffs, Mike, in the same game that he got the ACL injury in the AFC Championship game against Baltimore. Before that, he actually had that huge strip sack that helped solidify that game for the Chiefs. So the impact he can have with his team is pretty undeniable. He just didn't show it much last year, Mike, but he's only 27, 28 years old. He's got a lot of juice left in the tank, and I think he's got something to prove. So I think getting him back on a good deal for the Chiefs, knowing that he's going to go out there with a chip on his shoulder and show the world what he can do and what he's worth, I think it's a smart move.
Yeah, look, I don't want to sell him short. I was talking about all his shortcomings during the season. But versus Houston, versus Buffalo, versus the Eagles in the playoff run, he did look a lot better than his actual season stats. He managed to have 1 sack in the playoffs. He managed to have, I want to say, 10, 11 tackles in the playoffs. And he had like 7, 8, 9 stops in the playoffs too. So he did get better in the playoffs compared to the few games he played in the regular season. I think he played 6 in the regular season, 3 in the playoffs. So he did get better as the season went along. And I think that's more of what Charles Omenihu can give you. And I think that's why Brett Veach wanted to get him back here on a one-year deal. I think there's a lot of people in the draft that they could go get. But again, you never know how they're going to develop. Felix Anudike-Uzomah has been now for 2 years, and he's not getting up to par. It's hard to find people that can come in and contribute right away, and Charles Omenihu has proven he can do it. Hopefully next year he can actually stay healthy and produce, and maybe he can go out in free agency and get the money he wants. Oh yeah, right off the rip, I'm getting that leather and tobacco vibe and that
Bourbon vanilla.
This stuff right here, straight fire, baby. You work hard, you play hard, and we know Chiefs Kingdom cheers hard. And when you do that, it's obvious you work up a little stank. I mean, come on. We're stinky humans who survive on barbecue and Patrick Mahomes highlights. But you don't always want to be at musty level 10. We don't. We're trying to smell nice. And for us, it's this right here, Mando, baby. You wake up, you shower, you start your day, but eventually you start to get a little, ripe. You catch a whiff and you just pray nobody else is offended by your stank bubble. You don't have to walk around smelling like Bigfoot's d. Grab yourself some Mando full body deodorant or some Mando whole body deodorant spray. They even have whole body deodorant cream. You have no reason to stink. We absolutely love Mando, and that's why we partnered with them to bring their goodness to you. Look, we're super big into fragrances and colognes, and this stuff smells fantastic. This is bourbon leather, and it smells incredible. There's so many reasons to love it. It's safe to use for your pits, to your balls, to your big old disgusting filthy feet. It was created by an actual doctor who wanted to stop the misdiagnosis and mistreatment of odors. Mando is clinically proven to block odor all day and control odor for up to 72 hours. And no, that doesn't mean you can be a degenerate piece of and not shower for real. It helps with odor. It doesn't perform miracles. There's 4 scents. This bourbon leather here is fantastic. They also have Clover Woods, Mount Fuji, and Pro Sport scent. So do you want to try America's #1 whole body deodorant formula? Of course you do. You can find them at Walmart, Target, and other retailers across the country. But for the best deals, go to shopmando.com. You can pick up a Mando starter pack. It's absolutely perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice like a mini body wash or deodorant wipes, and you get free shipping. Free shipping is huge. I've been known not to order $100 worth of stuff because I didn't want to pay $10 for shipping. But this is what I want to offer to the ACU crew because you guys are special. New customers get $5 off a starter pack with our exclusive code. That equates to over 40% of your starter pack when using our code ACU to shopmando.com. That's SHOPMANDO.com. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. And if you don't love it, they'll give you a full refund up to 60 days later. That's how confident Mando is that your balls won't stink. Go to shopmando.com and use code ACU to get 40% and free shipping off your Mando starter pack. Smell fresher, stay drier, and boost your confidence head to toe with Mando.
But once again, just a pretty ingenious move by Brett Veach, letting them test the waters, come crawling back, get a really good deal on him, because if Charles Omenihu can stay healthy, I think he's a steal for the $7 million. He's a gritty player. He fits into the Spags defense very, very well. It's just low risk, high reward, because if he stays healthy, he's going to be a freaking steal for that amount of money. If he balls out, he boosts his own value for next season, so that's only going to help him. So I think with Jerry Tillery and then having depth like Mike Dana, Felix Uzama, if nothing else, Mike, he can be a good rotational piece to keep everybody healthy for the long haul.
One more thing, it was reported today by Matt Derrick that the Chiefs' cap space situation, counting the top 51 contracts for over the cap, they had the Chiefs reported at 15 mil, and SpotRack had us reported at 16.4 mil. That included Bolton and Hollywood Brown's new contracts, but that did not include Juju Smith-Schuster's new contract, Kareem Hunt, Gardner Minshew, Jerry Tillery, or Marlon Tiapolotu's contract. And now we have Charles Omenihu's contract that's going to have to get added onto that. So we'll have to see how that impacts our salary cap moving forward. But it looks like we might have a few more dollars to play with. So I don't know if Brett Veach is completely done here or not.
All right, Chiefs Kingdom, we're going to pass it off to you. Get down in the comments. Let us know how you like getting Charles Omenihu back, and if you think Brett Veach got a sneaky good deal on this one. Also, thanks for liking and sharing this video with a friend. We'll see you next time. Go Chiefs.